The drama surrounding Angel Reese has morphed into something far beyond basketball. It's become a masterclass in how hype, marketing, and viral visibility can crash headfirst into the brutal reality of professional sports. Once celebrated as a college hero and crowned the next face of Reebok's basketball revival, Reese now finds herself at the epicenter of a storm that's as comedic as it is tragic. And with her signature shoe set to drop in 2026, Reebok's gamble is looking less like a bold investment and more like a slow-motion catastrophe. It all began with a vision. Shaquille O'Neal and the team at Reebok sought to resurrect a brand that once stood shoulder to shoulder with Nike. To do that, they needed to face someone fresh, bold, culturally resonant. Enter Angel Reese, a national champion with unmatched swagger, a dominant presence on social media, and a story tailor-made for endorsement gold. She had the following. She had the headlines. But what she didn't have, at least not at the WNBA level, was game. From the jump, things looked rocky. Chicago Sky stumbled from one loss to the next, unable to establish any kind of rhythm. But what stood out wasn't just the defeats. It was the way Reese lost. Play after play, game after game, she turned layups into bloopers, simple shots into social media spectacles. Against Washington, she missed a point-blank attempt and then had it blocked. The commentators, professional voices trained to deliver. Excitement, even when it's undeserved, couldn't help but laugh, and they caught themselves. Because how do you keep a straight face when a 6'3" inches forward shoots 31.5%?
Ow.
On layups, one of the worst conversion rates in league history for a shot that's supposed to be automatic. And that's not an exaggeration. During one unforgettable sequence, Reese missed 4 consecutive putbacks in just 12 seconds. The clip exploded online. Fans added circus music, slow-motion replays, and memes galore. It wasn't just bad basketball, it was performance art. The kind of viral moment that doesn't sell shoes. It sells ridicule. Her defenders argue that she's young, that she's still adjusting, that she brings value in other ways. And yes, her rebounding numbers are solid. Her presence on the boards is undeniable. But when it comes to actually scoring, the fundamentals are missing. Her field goal percentage hovers in the mid-40s, which might sound respectable until you remember that almost all of her attempts come from under the rim. For comparison, most pros hit layups at 70 to 80%. For Reese, it's a coin toss, a gamble. Every time she goes up, and more often than not, the house wins. The worst part? These aren't rare anomalies, they're the norm. Every week, another clip goes viral, another missed shot, another wild sequence that turns the hardwood into a highlight reel of disaster. And behind the viral fame lies a deeper problem, the one Reebok is now facing head-on. You sell performance gear when your star athlete is the punchline? Reebok CEO Todd Krinsky once compared Reese to Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson. The logic was clear. Like them, she had cultural capital, media magnetism, and the potential to shift the landscape. But here's the thing. Shaq and Iverson were great. Not just loud, not just visible, they were dominant. Reese, she's created more TikToks than game winners. It's more meme-worthy moments than clutch performances. Even the Sky's win-loss record tells the story. The team is spiraling, sitting far. Below .500, they lose with Reese. They lose without her. But when she's absent, their offense actually becomes more efficient in some metrics. That's the paradox. Her rebounding might help, but her scoring or lack thereof drags the team down. She's not a cornerstone, she's a complication. Coach Tyler Marsh has tried to put a positive spin on it.
He talks about growth leadership.
Effort. But effort doesn't win games. It doesn't sell shoes. Especially not when the player tied to your brand can't convert the most basic plays in basketball. The public sees it. Commentators hear it. And Reebok, they're probably starting to feel it. Behind the scenes, the whispers have started. Marketing insiders are speculating about a pivot. Maybe the shoe won't be performance-based. Maybe it'll be a lifestyle sneaker, one that leans into her personality rather than her play. Some suggest delaying the launch entirely. Wonder if Reebok is quietly considering walking away, and it's not just about her, It's about what she represents in this moment. A cautionary tale. The influencer-athlete hybrid who blew up on social media but flamed out on the court. She's famous but for the wrong reasons. Her most-watched clips aren't game winners or buzzer beaters. They're bloopers, and each new one chips away at the foundation Reebok is trying to build. When Angel Reese was supposed to face off against Caitlin Clark recently, ticket prices plummeted the moment Clark was ruled out. Reese couldn't carry the matchup, couldn't carry the crowd. That's telling, because love her or hate her, Clark delivers. Reese, she delivers content. But content doesn't translate into credibility. The signature shoe launch in 2026 was supposed to be a milestone statement that Reebok was back in the game, but the buzz has curdled into mockery. Clips with titles like Angel Reese Part 36 mock her latest misses. Commentators now struggle to suppress laughter instead of highlighting her strengths. Fans openly ask, what's the selling point here? Miss like your favorite player? Even her defenders are running out of arguments. Yes, she had a game with 22 points and 13 rebounds recently, but she shot 6 of -16 from the floor, racked up a negative plus-minus, and relied heavily on foul calls to reach her total. That's not dominance. It's barely damage control. The truth is, Reebok bet on the idea of Angel Reese. The brand, it's the attitude, the you can't guard me energy. But the basketball part, that's where it all falls apart. World of athletic endorsements, the performance still has to matter. Otherwise, it's just noise. What makes this even more surreal is the irony at the heart of it all. In today's social media landscape, failure sometimes brings more attention than success. And Reese has mastered that art. Her every misstep becomes content. Every blunder becomes a trend. In a twisted way, she's become a star, just not the kind Reebok had in mind. So what now? Reebok has a product tied to a player who's becoming synonymous with mediocrity. The culture around her is no longer inspiring. It's incredulous. The risk isn't just brand damage, it's becoming a brand joke. And with every missed layup, a 2026 shoe launch inches closer to becoming one of the most awkward marketing rollouts in modern sports history. Unless something changes drastically, Reebok may find themselves trying to sell a basketball shoe. To people who love basketball, in spite of the player on the box, that's not just bad business, it's brand suicide. So here we are, a once promising endorsement spiraling into a social media spectacle, a company desperately clinging to a dream that's turning into a punchline. And a player whose name trends for everything except the game itself. Will Reebok stay the course? Will Angel Reese find a way to turn the narrative around? Will this become the most expensive blooper in basketball history? Only time will tell. But until then, one thing's for sure. The clock is ticking, and Reebok's not just running out of time. They might be running out of faith. If you're still watching, let us know what you think. Is Reebok making a massive mistake? Or do you think Angel Reese can turn it around before 2026? Drop your thoughts below. Like this video if you found it eye-opening. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives like this one.